Hi, Julia Holian, career strategist and coach. I want to talk with you today about the video interview. As many of you know, with COVID-19 and all of the shelter in place, most interviews are taking place by video. Some are by phone, but a lot of them are by video. And I want to help you prepare for that so that you succeed, you shine your brightest, and you feel really good about that video interview. And just in case you're wondering, there are still a lot of companies that are hiring. So if you're worried about that, I'm seeing that there's a lot of business out there. So keep positive and know that there are opportunities. So I want to break this into 3 areas. And the first area is about your location. Now, by and large, I would say find a simple location in your home or wherever it is that you have some privacy so that you have kind of a simple backdrop. Now, I'm violating that just a little bit because I have a little bit more of a busy backdrop, but it's okay because it's got at least some, sort of comfort of home to it. But ideally, I would have a solid wall behind me with maybe a nice picture. Unfortunately, I don't really have that space in my house. So you have to make do with what you have. And this is what I have. So find that location that you think is going to be comfortable for you. Find a location that has good lighting. So the lighting is on your face and not at your back. What I see a lot of people do is sit in front of a window with their back to the window. And what that does is it makes your whole face kind of darken out. So you want to have that window or that light, whatever it is, shining on your face. And then you also want to make sure that it doesn't look like anything is kind of sticking out of your head or your shoulders, so that it doesn't seem distracting in that way. I've seen some people stand or have a place where they've got a picture behind them, but then it kind of looks like something's coming out of their head. You don't want to have that. So find that location that's going to help you look your best. The second thing is practice. Practice your eye contact. For example, looking right into the lens. It's hard to do that. It's so much easier to look at the face of whoever you're supposed to be looking at, but you don't actually want to do that. You want to be looking at the lens so that people see you and they feel like you are making eye contact with them. So keep that in mind, that if you practice that a bit, it does get easier. Also practice your posture. Are you sitting up straight? Does everything around you kind of look fine for you? Eliminate the distractions. So for example, I've got a big, wonderful 65-pound chocolate lab who I put in his crate just so I could do this interview or this video, because I didn't want him coming in here and wanting to get into the camera, although that would be charming. So you want to make sure that you eliminate those distractions as best that you can. Also pay attention to your sound and audio. If you practice this, then play it back, listen to the audio. How does that sound? Does it sound crisp? Does it sound clear? Does it sound too echoey? You want to make sure that the audio sounds good. So practice all of those things ahead of time and make sure that you're comfortable. And I think probably getting comfortable is the most important thing about that. Get comfortable in front of the camera so that when that moment comes that you have that video interview, you aren't kind of shifting around and feeling like you're not settled in very well, because that can kind of change the energy of the interview altogether. The last thing is, on the day of or during that interview, make sure that you're ready 15 minutes before. And I say 15 because you just want to troubleshoot any kind of issues that might come up with your system. It is better to sit there, have your glass of water off to the side, and yes, it's okay to have a glass of water in your video interview the same way you would at an in-person interview. Making sure that everything is kind of in your setup is sort of working fine. And then if you have to immediately get up and change something, you have a little bit of time. So 15 minutes before is really important. Make sure that you are matching the energy of the person in the interview. And I think that's one of the things to pay attention to, that when you have that video, you're seeing that person on the screen and you're talking to them. If they are really animated, feel free to sort of pump up your animation a little bit and be a little bit more energetic. If they're toned down, you kind of want to match with that a little bit. At the same time, be warm, be engaging, smile, make good eye contact, show that personality that you have, because they want to see the real you. And that's part of the point of a video interview, is to see the real you. Otherwise, follow all the simple, basic tips to interviewing, all the strategies that your coach would give you or that you've already been practicing. Use all those same things in the video that you would be doing normally in an in-person video or in-person meeting. And you know, if you want more tips, go to our website, holienassociates.com. Has a number of tips. We've got blogs, we have interview sheets, we have a number of things on there to help you out for any kind of an interview, but certainly with the video interview as well. Hope you have a great interview, and if you need any help, give us a call, shoot us an email. We're here to help you. Stay healthy, stay safe. Julia Holien. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.